Yo, what up, YouTube? This is SedHeal45 with another video. Today we're going to be talking about something that I am extremely passionate about, and that is traveling. Traveling. How it can add value to someone else and how it can add value to yourself. First, I'd like to go over a few places that I've already been. That would be like Germany, Italy, the Netherlands, Austria, and they were all wonderful and beautiful places, and had brought along amazing experiences. And how this can add value to you is if you look around whenever you travel, you go somewhere new, you start realizing what the things that people don't have versus what you do have, as a benefit of maybe where you grew up or who your parents were, how hard you worked for something, or whatever the case may be. However, you start looking around, I remember whenever I first went to Italy, right? I was like 21, 22. And one of the things that hit me is at first I had thought that for some reason, please don't ask why I thought this, but I had thought that tourists were only American. But then when I got there and I was staying not too far from Pisa, and I decided to go to the Leaning Tower. So we drove over there to Pisa, waited in line at the Leaning Tower, and I started talking to somebody behind me, or at least I was trying to, and the guy didn't understand anything that what I was saying. Well, really, what I was asking is, what is the history behind the Leaning Tower of Pisa? But the guy definitely didn't understand me. So he started talking, and I think he was telling me, hey, man, I don't understand you. However, I was like, where are you from? Where are you from? And eventually he told me, Brazil. And I was like, oh, okay, Portuguese. And he's like, yes. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I bust out the translator. I ask him, the history. He's like, I don't know, man. I was like, oh, okay. So that was an eye-opening experience. But then also, I went to, man, I've been to Pisa, I've been to Venice, I've been to Verona, I've been to Florence, and a few other places in Italy. Italy is a beautiful country. Really expensive, but very, very beautiful. I met some great people there that I still keep in touch with today. But anyhow, you start seeing people from other places, even outside of Italy, right? Not just myself, but you see people from South America or Africa or like Asia, and you start seeing like the level of technology that they have, and it's nothing against them, but you see it's some of it's not as they don't have as much technology as a lot of us do from the U.S. So you start looking around, or like the different kind of clothes that they have, or just whatever, There's a few things that you realize though. Mothers are all the same. They all love their kids the same, even if it's in a different language. They all have huge hearts for their children. You notice that everybody eats, everybody drinks, right? You notice that every nation has a flag, right? And there's a lot of other things, we all have our own language. There's a lot of things that we all share, right? But one of the best things that I ever did for myself to even though those are small things, but really not even just realize those things, because everybody knows that anyway, the value in those things, right, is by traveling and seeing things myself. Oftentimes, we see things on TV, and then we go somewhere, and you're like, whoa, this is nothing like what it showed on TV, for better or for worse. Right? But it's always an eye-opening, growing, learning experience. Another thing that, when I was in Germany, I was blessed that my father was able to come out for 2 weeks at one point in time and share that experience with me, which was really cool. We went around, and he's older than me, so he's interested in different things. So we saw a lot of things that I wouldn't have seen if I was just by myself, which was also really cool. Another thing we would do, and I consider this one of the biggest growing moments, what we'd do in Germany is it would be like a group of 3 or 4 of us or something like that, and we would go to another city, and we'd already Airbnb something or get a hotel or whatever, and we'd know where we're at. We'd park the car and pretty much just get lost. Go meet a whole bunch of new people, sticking together, of course. Go meet a whole bunch of new people, realize that not everybody speaks our language, all that stuff, and, practice our German and all that good stuff. But that was a growing experience, because you start meeting people and experiencing different things, or being put in different situations that you would have never been put in unless you were comfortable all the time. Some of the best growing experiences is when you're most uncomfortable, right? And traveling can do that to you too. And then also, that's like you grow personally, you know, you make new friends and you start to understand their culture, and you start to understand why certain people are the way they are, why they say the certain things, the things that they say, or why they do the things that they do, which is a growing experience in itself, much less just seeing places and visiting new places. But also, let's say you work for an organization that travels a lot or deals with people from different places, right? It would help, especially if you're in a leadership position, if you have people working for you, you know, it helps to understand their culture at least a little bit, aside from just reading a book or watching something on TV or something like that, because you never know, you never know it and know something about somebody's culture until you know it, right? You can read all day, you can watch TV all day, but experience it for yourself, and then better understand the people that are working for you, so you can probably create a better working relationship or work environment. Also, yeah, so that's how you can add value to other people. Also, a bunch of places I want to hit. South America, all over the place. Bolivia, Colombia, Peru, Argentina. I'd love to go to like Australia, Canada. I flew over Canada. I don't think that counts, but I'd love to go all sorts of different places in Europe. Latvia, man, Spain, just everywhere. A lot of different African countries. You know, anyone can. One of my best friends is from Kenya. I would love to go to Kenya. You know, Cape Town. I mean, Ireland, you know, that's not Africa, but, you know, there are many places, right? So, hey, if you're watching this video, one of the things that I want to know is comment down in the comment section some places that you would love to visit. It can be one, it could be a bunch of them. It could be Thailand, you know, Bali. It could be anywhere, right? Anywhere on the planet. Just comment it down there. And if you like this video, like, subscribe, and share. And if you don't like this video, like, subscribe, and share it anyway. All right, Sergio 45. I'm out. Y'all have a good night. Later.